Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 20th of July 2018. Essence. Sweet children, give the Father news of your stage with an open heart. Remembrance of the Father can only stay in a true and open heart. Question. Although all, young and old, are at this time in their stage of retirement, what words can you not say? Answer. Baba, now hurry up. Let's go home. There is a lot of sorrow here. Baba says, you children can never say this because you are now sitting in front of God in person. You have now received the lap of coolness. At this time, you have become the highest on high. In the golden age, the degrees will be reduced. You will become deity children, not God's children. This is why you cannot say, hurry up. Song. The heart desires to call out to you. Om Shanti. Sweetest children who call out now have knowledge. Devotees call out to God. You are no longer devotees, you are children. Children remember him and also write, Baba, we wish to listen to you directly in person. You continue to invite him, saying, Baba, I want to listen to you personally. Apart from through the mouth of Brahma, it is difficult to listen to Baba directly. You children know that the Father has come exactly as he did in the previous cycle. The name, mouth-born creation of Brahma, decoration of the Brahmin clan that has been given, is such a good name. There are many Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. They have been given knowledge. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is the ocean of knowledge, is also called the ocean of happiness. It is also sung, remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. Only Shiv Baba is that. So many different names have been given to him. There is a lot of praise of him. People sing Har Har, that is, remover of sorrow, remove our sorrow. They sing this to God. However, because of not knowing God, they say to Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar, Dev Dev Mahadev. They have forgotten Shiva and say to Shankar, Har Har Mahadev. Neither Brahma nor Vishnu would be called Mahadev. Both of them have physical parts. Shankar only resides in the subtle region. Only incorporeal God is a purifier who removes our sorrow. Shankar would not be called the purifier. All the praise is of one. The two forms of Vishnu are Lakshmi and Narayan, or rather in Krishna, and they have their separate births. The incarnation of Vishnu is also remembered. They show the four-armed image. However, they don't know that Lakshmi and Narayan first become Princess Radhe and Prince Krishna in heaven. Only you know this. You also know that there are very strong storms of Maya in a subtle way. Maya makes you forget. She brings many storms. If you children continue to ask about anything with an open heart, you can receive the answer to the question. There are many types of storm, dreams, bad thoughts, many types of storm. A hurricane is called a storm. This Brahma is well known, and now that Baba has entered him, he has become very well known. As is the country of human beings, so their dress. Nowadays, there are cripples, hunchbacks, and blind ones. There is natural beauty, because even the 5 elements are Sattva Pradhan. Therefore, you daughters call out to him so that you can listen to this knowledge personally. Some of the things in the songs are correct. The deity religion has disappeared, but temples exist as memorials. Similarly, there are memorials of those of all religions. Only you children understand that only the one incorporeal God is truly called the highest on high. There is his praise alone, and this is the confluence age when souls meet God. There are many souls. Growth will continue to take place. Your children are now listening to the Father in person, and others too desire to listen to him in person. They cannot come here. They are in bondage. No one is forbidden to go to other spiritual gatherings. Anyone of any religion can go where the Gita is related in Bombay. There are no fees. People go to different gurus in the hope of finding an easy path with someone. No one knows about the path to liberation or liberation in life. This is why they search so much. There are no gurus etc. here, just the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. That's all. There is no Mahatma, great soul here. This Dada is just the same as you. There is no difference. There is no difference even in your costume etc. This one sometimes takes off his shawl, but according to the drama, this is like the official dress. You don't have to look at the dress etc. Your intellects go towards Shiv Baba. Other people would look at the human body. You forget your own bodies and also the body of this Dada. You have to become soul conscious. You mustn't remember this one's body. Shiv Baba is teaching us Raja Yoga through this one. He alone is knowledgeful, Trikaldarshi. At this time, he sits here and tells us the secrets of the beginning, the middle and the end. This is very easy even for the old mothers. In those schools, old women wouldn't be able to understand anything. This is easy for anyone. The Father simply says, "Remember me." Just as when a person is dying, he is given a mantra. They say Rama Rama, or say this, etc. Generally, it is after going into the stage of retirement that people take a mantra from a guru. However, the Father says, the whole of the old world is now to be destroyed. It is the stage of retirement for all, old, young, and children. No one else can say this. People ask, have you become ready to bring about everyone's death? Yes, everyone is to die. Some people say, Baba, how much longer will we stay here? We ought to go back soon. There is a lot of sorrow here. That will also be said as you progress further. Baba says, why do you say that? Oh, at this time you are personally in front of God. Later the degrees will be degraded. You will go and become a deity child. At this time, this lap that provides coolness is good. There in heaven it will be cool anyway, but here even those who are hot are made cool, and so that is good. You shouldn't be in a hurry now. At present, we are the highest on high. The whole praise is of this time. The Dilwala temple is a memorial of this time. The Father is the one who wins the hearts of the souls of the whole world. The Dilwala temple is for everyone. Souls call out through their bodies, Baba, come. Come and make us new, because we have become old. Both the souls and the bodies have become old. Souls see without an intellect and are blind. Human beings cannot be called blind. They do have eyes, but their intellects are blind. Intellects that remember everything have completely forgotten to have remembrance. So, gopikas in different places call out. The gopikas in bondage in small villages continue to call out. The father explains, children, in the golden age, there was a household ashram path. It was pure. Now, people cause so much distress in order to receive poison. They don't understand that you are made viceless here. They don't even know what you will become by being viceless. Sannyasis too run away from their homes in order to become pure. However, they don't know that we will become pure and go to the pure world. They don't believe these things. At this time, there is so much sorrow that people feel it would be better to attain liberation or eternal liberation. The father has explained that according to the drama, no one can attain eternal liberation. You now know this. The father says, simply remember that your 84 births have now come to an end. Baba has now come to take you back. If you don't remember the father, there will be many storms. The conscience also says, it is very difficult to remember Baba constantly. Although Baba says that you are karma yogis, it is seen that while performing actions, you forget to have remembrance. It takes time to reach such a stage. A lot of effort has to be made for that. At college, effort-making children have the hobby of studying day and night. They try to receive a scholarship from the government. They beat their heads a lot, that is, make a lot of effort for this. Then they become very happy. Here too, the father says, study well and claim a scholarship. First of all, become seated on the heart throne. You should raise the head. You know that the father is now sitting personally in front of you. He sits in this chariot and says to you children directly, child, child. The body of Brahma is fixed. The father says, I am speaking to souls. You used to call out, Baba, come. I have now come. You souls are incorporeal, and I too am incorporeal. You have been remembering me on the path of devotion while adopting different names and forms in different places and time periods. I am now speaking to you personally. You have the support of your bodies. I have to take this one on loan. The father says to the children, you now have to renounce your old costumes. The play is about to end. Now try to remember the father constantly. If you continue to remember other things, there will have to be punishment. As much as possible, remove your remembrance of others. When people go on a pilgrimage, that is all they remember while on the pilgrimage. We are going to Srinath Dware. Yours is the true spiritual pilgrimage. Souls have yoga with the Supreme Soul, and then they continue to come and go from here in order to perform actions for the livelihood of their bodies. No matter where you are, you should have remembrance. You know that God is not omnipresent. He is the Father, and the inheritance is received from the Father. There is no meaning in saying that He is omnipresent. The Father has to give the inheritance. He has no desire to receive the inheritance. He desires to give the inheritance to you children. It is also in this Father's heart that He has to give you the inheritance. There is the relationship of father and child. The children have to receive an inheritance, and the Father has to give it. So what would the Father take from you? He has to give to you. The Lord is pleased with honest souls, and so you should become so honest. All of you are children, and you should therefore remember the Father who gives the inheritance. Weak children don't stay in remembrance. You may perform actions for the livelihood of your body, and then when you have time, remember the Father. When your register of the pilgrimage of remembrance continues to become good, you will experience happiness. Any habits that human beings have continue to grow. It should remain in your intellect that your 84 births have now come to an end. The play is now to end. We are now going back to our home. This is why the Father says, remember me. Manmanabhav is mentioned in the Gita twice. There are as many true things in it as a pinch of salt in a sack full of flour. None of the pictures of other religions remain. Your pictures remain. There is an image of Brahma in Ajmer. There are many types of Brahmin. They have been given many different names. Look how many languages there are. You children know that there will be just the one language in your kingdom. The language there is completely different. There is no Sanskrit, etc. Daughters used to come and tell about the language that will be used there. You children should now remain happy that you are establishing your kingdom. Then there will be your own language there. The languages that exist here cannot exist there. According to what is fixed in the drama, you will build the same palaces that you did in the previous cycle. Here, the British government built New Delhi. You know that you will not use the name Delhi. This old world is to be destroyed. We want the newest world of all. There, palaces will be studded with diamonds and jewels. Those palaces don't exist now. The intellect says, we will build first-class palaces there. This world is dirty. You should talk among yourselves in this way. Respected sister, respected brother, we will now go to our home and then go and look after our kingdom. We will wear such costumes. In earlier days, people used to wear real jewelry. There must be so much jewelry in the temples to Lakshmi and Narayan. What would the Shiva temple be like? They even make the Shiva lingam of diamonds. These matters have to be understood. The Muslims truly came and looted the temple to our Shiv Baba, which was built at the beginning of the path of devotion. You know that the temples to Shiv Baba were built from the Copper Age onwards. From being worthy of worship, you became worshippers. The Somnath temple was built first. Knowledge is called Somras, nectar. The Father through whom you become wealthy is the one who gives knowledge. Then you build temples to the Father with that wealth. they will also be worshipping. They build a temple in every home. You know that when the path of devotion begins, you will become worshippers and create idols, etc. You children know that you have now become lovers of God, the Beloved, in order to claim the inheritance from Him. Those people become lovers for vice. Here, a soul is a lover of God, the Beloved. You can see that all devotees remember that one. The praise of that Beloved is great. He purifies the lovers that have become impure. It is the soul that becomes impure and the soul that becomes pure. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap-Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. 1. In order to claim a scholarship, study very well. Race to be seated on the throne. While performing actions, stay in remembrance. 2. You are on a spiritual pilgrimage. Therefore, remove the remembrance of everyone else from your intellect and constantly stay in remembrance of the Father. Keep your register of remembrance good. Blessing. May you be a Master or Mighty Authority who gives souls who are far away the experience of closeness with your power of spirituality. With instruments of science, things that are far away are experienced to be close. Similarly, with a divine intellect, you can experience things that are far away to be close. Just as you see souls who are living with you very clearly, you speak to them, you give and take cooperation from them. Similarly, with the power of spirituality, you can give souls who are far away the experience of closeness. For this, you need to be a Master or Mighty Authority, remain stable in the complete and perfect stage, and make the power of your thoughts clean. Slogan. Those who inspire others with their every thought, word and deed are images of inspiration. Om Shanti